Assalamu alaikum, everyone, and welcome to Heart podcast. In this podcast, we slow down and have genuine conversations about the things that touch our lives, our struggles, our growth, and everything in between. No topic for this episode because um there was a topic actually, but yesterday was my last day at college, and I don't know, I have this overwhelming feeling, and since I've been on a social media detox for quite some time. So technically, the podcast is my only event, the only place I get to share things. I felt like I really want to talk about this, about graduation and the feelings that come with it. I don't know. I have this very strange, weird feeling that I've never experienced before. Or maybe like I did experience this before, but not in this way, or that I thought it would not affect me that much, but in fact it did. I don't know, leaving school was not that emotional for me. I don't know why, even though I spent more time in school and I just spent 4 years in college, but it had such a great impact on me. And yesterday something happened. A friend of mine asked me, or she just said, I'm really touched that we're leaving, but at the same time, she's like she doesn't feel like crying, and she asked me, would a situation like this make you cry? And without any hesitation, I told her, no, I only cry when I'm hurt, but not when I miss something. Turns out that 3 hours later, I did cry, and not just me, other people, the whole group more than one person in my between my friends, they cried. We all cried at one moment when we were saying goodbye for the last time before leaving. And I don't know, it was inexplicable, it was unfathomable, the fact that after 4 years, um and time just flies. Like you didn't feel it. It feels like yesterday. It feels, I don't know, it feels like you don't want to let go, but at the same time, like that's the natural course of life. Things go, time passes, and we will have to accept this. So, yeah, this episode is just me ranting about random things in college. Let me take you on a brief journey through my experience, my college experience. First year was super interesting. I guess that was the year when I was the most um when I had this unmatched energy. Like my spark was so shining. I don't know. I was so excited this year, that year specifically, my first year, maybe because that was a new phase for me, and I was anticipating what's coming next, wanted to try new things, and it was reflected on my behavior. Like I did or try to talk to more than or try to talk to people, and that's which is not really something I usually do. I'm kind of a quiet, reserved, shy person. Like I don't go out and talk to people that much. But that year specifically, my first year, I remember that I was um like I had this spirit that I can just go and talk to these people and talk to these people, and I'm like okay with this. So first year was all about experimentation. You're experimenting everything from scratch. The people there, the courses, everything. And one course that really stood out to me was literature course. And it was I can say it was one of the best courses I've ever had in college. Because mainly because we were so dumb, we were so naive. We didn't know anything about we didn't know anything about literature. We're still like literature 101, and we would say the most creative things. Like truly. And my notebook, you should see my notebook. It was full. And back then I loved taking notes. I loved hearing other people. I loved cheering up others. I loved speaking myself, even though this is not something I would usually do or something I'm not really comfortable with to be speak in public or to be on the spot. But I did this back then because the atmosphere was really encouraging. Second year comes and yeah, second year was good. You're getting the hang. You're it's like we we're getting the hang of it. We're understanding what's literature and other stuff and how to deal other subject, how to deal with them, how to study. We're getting to know each other. We make friends, and things were good. We have some really creative projects, and we do well in them. We have some really interesting courses and really interesting professors. So yeah, second year was good. Was um we're in the middle of the road. It's like we're not too ignorant about the college experience, but at the same time we're not extremely knowledgeable about this. We're somewhere in between. We get to enjoy the good sides, and at the same time, like there were definitely some negative things that we experienced for sure. And one event that I would never forget in my second year is Elsonian's Got Talent. Like that's our version, our college version of the Got Talent show. Similar to the Got Talent show, people in our class they go out and present whatever talents they have. And that day, I remember that day, I was depressed for some reason. I had some kind of depression, and that was the beginning of a kind of a relatively long journey, or not so long, um or maybe we can say long journey with depression, but not like clinical depression. It was like I was just depressed, and I was just in a bad mood, and I didn't know why, and I didn't know how to handle it. That's just it. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Anyways, that day got talent show, I was depressed, and I was determined to go home after right after class. Like I had two classes, I guess, and then the show. So I finished the two classes, and I was like, okay, I'm going home straight up. I'm not staying for this thing because I didn't have any energy for this, and I was in a really bad mood. As I was walking down the stairs, one of my friends, she was there. She was going up, and she asked me, "Oh, where you're going? Aren't you going to attend the show?" And I don't know. I hesitated. I guess she didn't give me a chance, and she just took my hand. She literally grabbed my hand, and we went up. And she told me, "Yeah, let's go. Like we have to be there. It's gonna be interesting and fun." And this girl, like I'm so grateful that she did this. And really, this girl, she's one of the cutest persons I've ever met in college. And she like her sweet gesture, she just everything she did for me was on point. Something things that I will never forget. Like she would come up to me in a very random day at college and give me a gift or tell me something nice. She's one of the most adorable people. Anyways, she grabs my hand, we go upstairs, and wow, the show starts. Everyone is fully concentrating on what's happening on the presenters, the people who are showing their talents. And at the end of each one, we clap so hard. Like I kept clapping and clapping and clapping that my hands were got so red. And I was so excited. And for this period of time, I almost forgot that I was feeling bad. Like, really, seeing people talking about the things that they love, seeing their eyes shining, that was a moment, a magical moment for me. Oh my god, that moment, I wish I could replay this. And especially that each one of the candidates were absolutely amazing. I mean, one shows up and they present their works, and then you feel like, oh my god, that's the best, until the next one comes up and you feel like, oh my god, that's the best. And then the third one comes in when you feel the same. So they were all amazing. And there's this one girl, she's super cute, and her drawings are super cute, just like her. And I kind of felt like I want to live in her drawings. Their drawings, her drawings give this utopian, cartoonish vibe. It's just so serene, so colorful, so cute, just like her. So the day was really nice. I even remember scenes from that day. Like, I have this, I don't know if it's just me, but I have this like photographic memory. Like when, like sometimes I replay, like I don't remember the abstract memory. No, I replay the scene in my mind. So I remember that day. I remember where I was sitting. I remember how I clapped. I remember, I might even remember what the candidates were wearing, like what color their shirts are wear. So that's just crazy. So third year comes, and oh my god, third year. Third year was the hardest year of my college experience. Like it was really, really, really hard. But I learned a lot. I learned a lot about myself because I told you second year, I was like my depression phase was about to start. So this depression kind of reached its climax in my third year. And this affected me in several ways in terms of, um, my relationship with people, my academic performance, other stuff. Until a friend of mine, she created a page, a Facebook page. It's called It's a Sign. And it was such a turning point for me, truly. So she dedicated this page for dawah, for reminding herself and reminding other people of Islam and being closer to God. And when she created this page, she told me, when you love someone, you want the best for them, right? And because I love people, I want them to be in a good place. And what's better than paradise? Nothing. And in order to enter paradise, we have to be closer to Allah. And we have to be aware of that. Like sometimes we are too immersed in the dunya that we just forget what's our end goal, like where we're going after in the afterlife. And this mindset, when I started to understand this, when I started to like I did understand this before that, but maybe because I was kind of distracted, I was occupied by things that that are insignificant, that are not really me, things that I shouldn't have been occupied by. And then comes this page and comes this girl with her words, and she changed everything. At this point, everything changed. My life is turned upside down. I started to see things in a different way. I started to focus on things that really matter and stop obsessing about things that do not matter. And actually, I realized that with every person I talk to, they have gone through a similar situation. They have gone through something, a depression, an accident, they lost someone they love, something tragic or whatever traumatic experience they have gone through happened in their life, and it changed them. It's changed the way they think about things. They started taking a different approach towards life. And as much as these moments or these events are hard for us to deal with, and as much as they affect us negatively, psychologically, as much as they drain our energy, it is so helpful. At the same time, it's so helpful to get to see things in different way. Like if this didn't happen, if this depression, if this depression wasn't there, I wouldn't have reached um, what was after it, which is definitely better, in my opinion at least. And this reminds me of the ayah with each hardship comes ease. I hope I'm saying the translation correctly. The ayah is inna ma'al usri yusra. So I love the use of the preposition with, because the hardship, the ease is with the hardship. They are coming at the same time. So it's not just hardship that you're not just suffering. No, you're suffering and you're having some sort of comfort, some sort of solace that backs you up. And I love this. So that was the motto of my third year. I'm going through really hard stuff, and at the same time, I have, I don't know, I get this this emotional, this spiritual energy that made me go through it and made me change for the better. And I remember, mm, we had this course in our third year. It was so hard, one of the hardest courses I've ever had in college. And I was so anxious and stressed about it, like literally in before the exam, the night before the exam, I was I had this possibility that there was a 50% possibility I was gonna fail. Like I kept thinking about, oh, what if I failed? And not just me, but the whole class, because the course was really hard. Like I remember that day, that night specifically, I there was this friend of mine, and she gave me an unmatched amount of support. Like literally, I would ask her about something, and then she answers me, and then she prays, like inshallah, it's gonna be fine. We'll do good in the exam, inshallah. And then, for example, we keep answering, we keep supporting each other academically and emotionally, everything. We keep making dua for each other. Like that night, what I love the most about that night specifically, the night before this hard exam, is we kept making dua for each other for like until literally until the next day, like until before the exam. And next day when the exam was done, I felt so grateful. Not just because the exam was done, but also because I got to have this supportive community. And this is actually true, and it's worth saying. Our class, it is so supportive, so helpful, so everything that is good. Like truly, people there are amazing. They help each other in ways that are unbelievable. If you're struggling with the subject, if you want a summary, you'll find not just one, two, three people. They're sending things. They're sending PDFs. They're sending tips. They're sending whatever things that might help us. So our classes really, they're all very nice. And even I myself, I've experienced so many beautiful moments, so many beautiful memories with people in our class. And especially these fleeting interactions, like you're walking by and someone comes and tells you, "Oh, I like your outfit," or you have a beautiful smile, or that they compliment you, or they tell you something nice, or that like the girl I told you about before, like when we're in lecture, she would just come to me and give me a gift. And I did actually receive so many gifts from different people in our class. They would just come up to me like so randomly without any occasion, and they give me gifts and they show me love. It's just the love, the support in our class was really amazing. I loved it. And then fourth year comes. Fourth year was good. I felt a little bit mature, and I loved it, to be honest. Fourth year had really major events for me because it got me out of my comfort zone, and I started to understand myself in a better way. And then you got this indifferent feeling towards college because you're leaving, so it just like academic stress is not uh, is not that or does not hate you that much as it was before in, for example, second or third year. And you got these very weird mixed feelings about college. You love it so much, and at the same time, you hate it. You want to graduate as soon as possible, but at the same time, you don't want to leave this place. You don't want to leave the people. You feel like you will miss them so much. And yes, I do. I miss college. And when I say I miss college, I say it means I miss the people I used to know in college because um when you miss a place, you actually miss the people in the place. So fourth year is done. Now we're graduating and we're saying those were the days, my friend. We thought we'd never end. And they did. They're ending. We're saying goodbye. It's hard to say goodbye. College for me, it was about that weird mix of chaos and connection. It like this it's still chaos and connection. I kept going from here to there, from chaos to connection, from loving it to hating it. And after all, it worked. We're out. We're leaving it. We've been through so much together, celebrating wins, um, adapting, getting through stress, sharing laughter, and maybe even crying. I'll miss it. I'll truly miss it. Even the things I thought I wouldn't, I will miss it. There is a kind of magic in knowing we all walk this path at the same time, even if we didn't walk it together. Like I know, I'm not friends with. Of course, I'm not friends with each and every person in our class, but this feeling that I like you're familiar. Like if we go to classes together, so your face, I'm 100% sure your face, you're familiar to me, and I know you, or at least I know your face, or I know your name, even if we've never talked before. And when I see you, it feels like home. When you go to a lecture and you see people, you see the faces, the familiar faces that you see every day, it feels safe. And now, as we head into different directions, I just want to say thank you, truly. Thank you for being part of this time in my life, whether you knew it or not. Thank you for the energy. Thank you for the spirit. Thank you for the little moments. Thank you for the sweet gestures. Thank you for your nice words. Thank you for each and everything that made this place feel like more than just a school. I really wish you all the best. I hope you find what lights you up. I hope you keep growing. And I hope you remember that once upon a time we were all here figuring it out together. So yeah, take care of yourselves and take care of each other. And maybe we'll cross paths again someday. Who knows? So yeah, that's it. Enough ranting for today. This is too long already. I hope you guys like this episode. Even if, by the way, even if you're not, like, I know most of the listeners, they're like, or some of them at least, they don't know me personally, and they're not my uni mates. But even if you are just a stranger, if you don't know me, I hope I did show you some of the positive sides of humanity, our college community, how they are loving each other, how they were helpful. And of course, that's not the whole story. Like, that's just the positive part of it. There were negative parts as well, but since we're graduating, let's just focus on the positive parts and let's all forgive any negative parts. So, thank you for spending this time with me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Inshallah, because I forgot to say inshallah.